Stay black in America. Don't leave. Don't go anywhere. Greatest country in the world for a black man and a black woman. Ancestors been through slavery, Reconstruction, all types of Jim Crow racist laws, but still we rise. Reconstruction knocked on the door, was closed. Civil rights knocked on the door again in 1964. It's open. Greatest country in the world. Everybody from the diaspora is trying to come here. I was like seriously wrong and flawed about what I maybe mentioned on this channel maybe 3 or 4 or 5 times about Liberia. That the United States was involved in freeing hundreds of thousands of slaves and buying a land in Africa, which was borders Sierra Leone and other places, and now it's called Liberia, and resettle people there. Totally wrong, man. Totally wrong. So I apologize for that. I should have researched harder. I called myself knowing demographics and stuff like I'm supposed to, but man, made a big mistake. I've listened to a bunch of stuff I heard as opposed to studying. So the real deal with what is known as Liberia today is that it was founded somewhere around it was founded, it says, in 1822. But in 1816, some white fellas went there and bought some land. The land mass was as big as Ohio. The guy that went there and bought it, man, was 2 guys went there and bought it. One was a Robert F. Stockton. I think he was involved in the American-Mexican War. Another guy was Eli Ayres. Eli Ayres was part of an organization called the American Colonization Society. He was, I think, a young Quaker. So he bought this big land mass here, and the reason for buying this big land mass here is because preachers and stuff, like a guy by the name of Robert Finley, I think this is more or less up in the north, were alarmed at the growing number of free people of color, or black people of color, mixed ethnic, maybe a lot of black people mixed with white, and then whatever the case, they were alarmed with that growing number. They wanted to find a way how to get rid of them. So basically, they went to Africa and bought this big land mass, and in essence of sending a bunch of people back there. They ended up only sending probably about 11,000 people, and all the people they were sending were black people who somehow or another had their freedom around the eve of the American Revolution. Back in the late 1700s, these black people were free, believe it or not. It was estimated it was around 30,000 of them at the time, which was basically 5% of the black Americans enslaved in the United States of America, which was just, America then before the Revolutionary War or whatever. So, I mean, we don't, so bottom line, all those descendants that went to Liberia, which was called something else at the time, the ones that were the former free or black slaves that went there, about 11,000 of them. It's maybe about their descendants are about maybe 150,000 now, but Liberia's population is over 5 million. They kind of ran the country from 1847 to 1980. Mostly they had 2 civil wars, a bunch of things going on, but they kind of like rooted into them. Now it's basically ruled by whoever, they basically had, their elections were regulated as being fair back in 2005 and 2011. So all through that time, it's kind of like, you kind of say dictatorship. Whoever had the most guns was running the place or ruling the place. So by no means did the American government have any pause in buying Liberia or sending hundreds and hundreds of thousands of black people there. Small amount, like 11,000. A few white men got together in America, got their monies together, and bought a big land mass over there. So Liberia was never colonized because the people realized that these white people owned it anyway, so they couldn't colonize. So Ethiopia and Liberia said the 2 African nations never colonized, but actually Liberia was pretty much owned by white Americans anyway, or white, people anyway, man. So, I don't apologize for making those wrong statements about America, freed a bunch of black people for their emancipation. Not true at all. A bunch of people up north, man, got tired of the ever-growing population of black people or mixed slaves of different ethnics up there, man. Wanted to find a way to get rid of them and thought they could reach their maximum potential back in Africa and away from them. So that's pretty much how Liberia came into existence. So, sorry about the misinformation that I gave before and giving America more credit than I should have given them way more credit. During the course of years, America has donated money and gave money. I think billions of dollars to them one way or another. The United States gives money to everybody all around the world. So that's the case there, man. But the main language they speak there is they claim it's English, but they got 24 different languages spoken in Liberia. So it's pretty much everybody, all kind of people came there and joined it. It's like so many African ethnic groups living in Liberia, man. It's amazing. So it's not like a reflection of a good and fine Americans walking around similar to African Americans today. Not the case, man. So there we go. There it is. Apologize for that mistake. Trying not to let it happen again. Stay black in America, greatest country in the world for a black man or a black woman. Till next time.